You're listening to Pyro Media Network, setting radios ablaze since 2017.
Hi, you've reached Kwame
and Kristie,
and we're from I'd Rather Not Podcast. Leave a message.
Everybody, welcome to the show. The rules of engagement are really quite simple. So if you can pull yourself away from Grindr for 2 seconds, listen up.
Let's have a kiki.
I want to have a kiki.
Lock the doors.
Hey, let's have a kiki.
What is going on? I'd Rather Notters. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the beautiful, the glittericious, the extravagant Kristie Champagne.
Bitch, I love how you just started that like we're doing an ASMR episode. Like, hey,
Well, I wanted to talk like this because when I get nervous, I talk as calmly as possible. Because, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, everybody in between, Kristie is going to be doing a Kristie Takeover Q&A, and I am quite
Ooh, yes. Well, we've done Q&A episodes before, and I just felt like they're really fun. We haven't done one in a while, so I thought might as well.
I was scared then, and I am scared now.
New us, new year, new questions. I promise you it's gonna be good. I promise.
Okay.
I promise. It's gonna be good. So first of all, what are we sipping on this morning?
We are sipping on this flavored water, actually.
Ooh.
Strawberry flavored. It has
like, is it like the flavoring that you add to your own water, or it already came
no, it's
flavored?
not meal. It comes already flavored. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm having a delicious coffie.
Yes.
And I put it's like a s'mores coffee because I got the s'mores creamer from the grocery store because I'm that bitch.
Okay.
And, I was like, I live alone now. I'm gonna drink whatever fucking flavored creamer I want
because I can.
And so I got the s'mores one, and it's fucking delicious. And I've had 3 cups.
I'm a big kid now. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, like Kwame said, we're gonna do a little Q&A today, and it's gonna be real fun. Shout out to this is why you don't have to be nervous, because I'm gonna tell you where I found these questions, and it hopefully should ease your mind a little. So, when we're doing our research for episodes, we peruse the interwebs, if you will. And shout out to teenvogue.com for giving me these list of questions.
I'm even more scared now. I'm absolutely horrified and terrified.
You have nothing to be nervous about. I promise you, Kwame. I promise you. Okay. Are we ready?
You know I don't trust white people, right? This is why.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's okay.
You're not wrong. I can't with you. This is why I don't trust white people.
This is why I don't trust them.
And the fact that I'm not disagreeing with you is what's funny. You're like, you're right. We cannot be trusted.
Listen.
Ooh. Okay, that part. Okay, here we go. You ready. And I'm gonna skip around a little bit. I'm not gonna go in order because that's why. Nobody tells me what to do.
Right.
Okay, here we go. If you could travel to any year in a time machine, what year would you choose and why?
Is it a year of our life, or is it like
any year that
we were born, or like that
any
we
year? That's up to you, baby. That's up to you. It's your time machine.
Let's see. I think that I would travel back to Yes, I would travel back to when I first joined the Army, because I would not have gotten married to those women.
I would never have married those women.
I would never have married those women. I think I would have stayed single, and I would have navigated things differently.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely then. Because that was a good time. I was making a lot of money. I mean, I still make a lot of money, but I didn't have to try hard to make a lot of money. it was just I was fit. The peach was peaching. The skin was
Okay.
skinning. The men was abundant. You know,
Okay.
you know, and it was a
And the
good time.
servicemen and ooh, girl,
I got him
man,
today. Every
man in
time,
uniform,
every time them damn special forces units were there with them short shorts, and they were just running.
girl with the ranger
Oh,
panties. Don't think
my!
I don't know what they're called. Don't
You
think I
better
don't know what
know them
they're called,
Ranger panties, girl.
baby. And
Yes.
listeners, if you enjoy the men's of this and you would like to partake in this, just
Yes.
Google ranger panties and
Just
thank me later.
you're
Thank me later.
welcome. You're
You're
welcome.
welcome. You're
Okay.
welcome. You're
My
welcome.
God. My
I
God.
love how we seamlessly brought up ranger panties in
Yes.
the first 5 minutes of this episode. That's hilarious.
We know where this show's going. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I've thought about this question before, and I always choose two things, even though I know
Mhm.
that's like cheating, but whatever. I always choose two times. I would love to go back to like the 30s.
Oh.
Not because of the crappy part about the 30s, but like
Oh,
that,
okay.
like the 30s, whenever I look like back in like history books, I always think like the 30s were so glamorous and like decadent, and it was like very like it was just like all about like, you know, glamour and just fun. I just would love to travel back just to kind of like partake in that,
Yeah.
like that very indulgent, decadent kind of lifestyle that like, everybody was really living in the 30s.
Mhm.
Minus all the crappy part about the 30s. And then I know like you're not supposed to, whenever you talk about like going back in time and you have a time machine, if you watch time machine movies, you're not supposed to alter, the history. You're not supposed to go back and do anything. But here's the thing. I would be remiss to say if I would not use my time machine and go back and kill Hitler.
Oh my God.
Before he hurt anybody, before he did anything bad, like I would literally off him and save a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do, because I would be remiss to say I would, like, if you think to yourself, oh, I have a time machine, you would be a shitty human being if you don't think to yourself, what can I go back and change that would help people? Like, and
Yeah.
again, I know time machine rules. Watch all the time machine movies. You're not supposed to go back and alter things. I mean, literally every time any movie or TV show involving time machines, like you're not
Yeah.
supposed to change anything. But bitch, I would go back and off him and save a shit ton of people. Like sorry, like it's just what I would do, whether whether it fucked me up or not. I'm gonna go back and save a shit ton of people, like, and that's where I would go. Yeah.
Good. I think if I'm gonna add an extra one, I would probably go back before Judeo-Christian times, because
Mhm.
everybody was just all about worrying about hugging the trees and smoking the
There you
trees.
go.
Like, I think everybody was just really chill back then. There was no homophobia, racism. It was just take me back to Africa around that time, prior
Yeah.
to us being bothered. And I think
Yeah.
I would find a big, good, wonderful Mandingo man, and we would just have a wonderful time and be beautiful and just sun kissed and eating
Yes.
berries and things and not worrying about bills and
Work, bitch.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind, hunting, and gathering, I would enjoy all of that.
This bitch went way back. He said, I'm
I
going
did,
all
like,
the way
let's
back.
go all the way back away from like before all of the crap, I don't think there was homophobia back then, I
Before
think,
any form of technology, before
yeah, screw Twitter.
You know what? That's kind of funny too, because I actually, now that you bring that up and I think about it, I've always found myself super interested in like Cleopatra kind of era, like,
Oh, wow.
like ancient Egypt and like all of that, like really like crazy cool. So I always watched like
Sidebar.
stuff like that, and I was like, I would, bitch, maybe I would go back and like, bitch, just walk in on Cleopatra and live that like fucking live that live that rich, like
Sidebar.
that lifestyle. Yeah. What?
Just so you guys know, Cleopatra was not white. Okay, let's move on. Let's continue.
She wasn't. She wasn't.
She wasn't white.
She was
wasn't
not.
white.
No, she was
And
not.
neither was Jesus. Okay,
That's what makes her amazing. That's what makes her amazing.
just wanted to throw it out there. I'm not sure what you guys are watching on TV, but that's not
That part. Well,
historically accurate.
that segues into my next question, which is, if you could have dinner with a famous person, living or dead, only one, who would you choose?
Only one?
You're only allowed to choose one for this dinner, for said dinner. Living or dead.
Living or not.
How about this? I'll change it up. You get two. You can have one person who's currently living and one person who has passed away.
Got it. Beyonce.
Okay.
Luther Vandross.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Vandross. That's a good one.
I have questions.
That's a good one.
I have questions, sir.
I have questions.
I need you to sit down. And please, can someone pass the tea? Thank you so much. Hi, Mr. Vandross. We all know. I just want to know why you thought we didn't know. Okay.
Wait a minute. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Baby, I'm a huge Luther fan, and how did I not know that this was a thing? Mr. Vandross was on the DL. Really?
Not Kristie.
No, I'm being absolutely serious. I was not aware of this.
Are you for real, girl?
I'm absolutely serious. I was not aware of this.
She was painted for the gods, honey. She was ready to go. Have you ever seen her with the Mother Vandross? Listen, that was a voice.
Mother Vandross.
Mother Vandross. That was a voice, and I'm not disrespecting them. I just want to know why you thought we didn't know.
Interesting.
Okay? You've never seen her with a woman. You've never seen she was never married.
Okay. I mean, you're right. You're right.
She had a roommate, honey. We know about them roommates.
We know about them roommates. Oh, interesting.
How you have a roommate and only one master room? One master room. The rest of the rooms were offices and things.
Interesting.
Allegedly. Let me stop before I get y'all not gonna sue me.
You're gonna get in trouble, girl. You're gonna get in trouble, girl.
Yes, Beyonce and Luther. What about you?
Beyonce and Luther. Living, I'm only because I just saw her concert in Vegas. I'm choosing my queen Adele. If you're choosing your queen Beyonce, I'm choosing my queen Adele. And maybe we're having this dinner together, so we're getting 4 for the price of 2. Yeah, I would definitely choose Adele. Just because every time I've seen her live and I see her interviews, she just seems like she's so fun to talk to, and she just always has great stories, and she's just British and funny and curses, and she's my queen, so I love her.
Now I know there's a couple of listeners that know me for real, and they're probably thinking, well, why didn't you pick Janet Jackson? Let me explain why I didn't pick Janet Jackson over Beyonce. Okay, I picked Beyonce because I have questions about her business savvy, about her performance.
Yeah.
I don't want to show what I'm having. I have a limited time. I have questions, and I need to know the key to success. Okay,
and I
also need to know if you want to invest in my businesses. That's what I need to know. With Janet, I would have to sit down. We would have to have tea and crumpets, girl. We would have a lot of time. We would be laughing and joking. That's a whole different story. I would be admiring her. I can't talk to her because if I met Beyonce, I would be excited. I would be a little starstruck. But if I saw Janet, I would pass out.
Oh yeah,
I would pass out because
then the dinner would be ruined.
She is the reason why I started dancing. So I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same. That's kind of the same reason why I would choose Adele. I mean, obviously because I impersonate her. She's my queen. But there's not a song of hers that I've ever listened to where I haven't immediately had a reaction to or connected to immediately in my own personal way. So I just have so many questions.
You're not
so many questions
for me.
Girl, completely. And then this is probably gonna shock you, but my unalive person that I think I would choose right now, and I only say this because somebody else also recently asked me this question, and I thought about it for a while. I would want to choose Jim Henson.
Who?
Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, girl.
Oh.
Okay, you know what? Listen here, buddy.
was like, "What?" Okay,
Jim
well, I mean,
Henson.
I'm
Jim
not
Henson,
judging. I just want to
the
know. I
creator
have
of the Muppets.
questions.
Only because he was just such a like if you think about it, like my undead person, I would want to choose somebody who just had like who's creative and like really like has a brain that I like don't have. You know, I don't know. It just I watched a documentary about him recently and I was just like I learned so much stuff about him and he just did so much for like he had such an impact on the entertainment world that like I don't know, it's just it would be cool to listen to his stories and like how he created, you know, the Muppets and like just all of that stuff. Like it just he seems so like creative to me. Like I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, I just he seemed like a really like interesting person that would have a lot to say
yeah.
because I also think that like a lot of the stuff that they were doing with not just the Muppets but like Sesame Street and all of the stuff that the Jim Henson Corporation was involved in like
Mhm.
were like really I don't want to say like I don't want to make him sound like he, you know, was this boundary pushing person, but like it really like if you think about it like the Muppets don't have like there's I don't know it just he seemed like he was very ahead of his time and like
Mhm.
very a very beyond creative person, so it just I
Yeah.
would want to I would choose somebody I would choose him, but I would love that if that spot for the unalive person would be someone very creative like that, you know, somebody who like pushed the boundaries and like was beyond like you know my state of you know creativeness or whatever if you will like yeah yeah
Well, whatever tickles your pickle, I'm happy for
yeah
you. If you're happy, I'm
kind of like
happy.
kind of like if you would choose like let's say like what's the lead singer of Queen like Freddie Mercury, like it's
I
like that kind
wouldn't.
of person like somebody who's had such an impact on like the creative you know entertainment world that like
Yeah,
I would love to talk to somebody like that, you know, like
yeah. I
somebody
wouldn't
that
choose
has
Freddie
that
Mercury, but
mind.
I understand.
No, no, but that I'm just using him as an example, like
Understand.
somebody who like really like think about it. Like honestly, like I probably also would choose Michael Jackson. Like
Yeah, yeah,
think of like a person like that, somebody who was so beyond creative that like because I like to, you know, I fancy myself a creative person. We both are,
yeah,
but like
yeah,
that's like the Megatron of creative people, like those
yeah,
kinds of people, like those people who just pushed the boundaries and were so far past even where we're at now that
yeah,
we couldn't even see that back then. You know, like so somebody like that, somebody who's had such an impact on like the entertainment world, like that's who I would choose.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Alright.
then that brings me to my next question, which is
Okay.
currently in this moment right now, what's your favorite movie to watch over and over again?
Oh my god. Um, oh my god, you took me oh
I
god.
know, right? We've talked about this before because we talk about movies a lot. Like it's hard for us to choose like just one. I'm not one of those people who can just go, "Oh, this is my one favorite movie." It's like, "Oh, it's so hard." But it's like, okay, just think about it as the one you watch over and over again.
See, I don't watch movies over and over again right now.
Oh,
Only because I have so many shows to keep up with.
right.
So I watch a lot of reality shows because you know I have a Pyro reality TV edition, so I watch that, and
Yeah.
then there's other shows that I enjoy, like you know The Last Airbender is coming out, and
Yeah, yeah.
and then there's shows that I watch for The Unusual Maverick. There's a lot of shows that I watch, so I don't really watch a lot of movies over and over again. But if I was going to pick one, um, oh god. There's a couple of different ones. One that
Ah!
I really love to watch that I like that's visually dynamic and stimulating for me, it's one of my favorite movies ever, one of my favorite sci-fi movies ever, is Interstellar.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's a brilliant movie, and I just really love, I love the movie. I just think that
Yeah, yeah.
I could watch that. That's something that I can, like, put on and be okay with, like, watching over and over again,
Yeah.
if I had to pick one right now at this moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My current over and over again is anything in the DC or Marvel universe. I feel like
Okay.
all I've been watching lately is DC or Marvel movies.
Yes.
Over and over again. And I never get tired of watching them, like ever. And then also, you're going to hate me for this and you can crucify me all you would like. But I don't care. It's my guilty pleasure. And I watch them. When I'm serious when I tell you it is probably, besides like my favorite movies, like my all-time lifetime favorite movies that I watch over and over again, these movies I watch over and over again, and I don't know why. I can't tell you logically why, but I do. And again, take a deep breath, because here it comes, because this is not an answer I think you're going to expect from me, which is why I love this episode. I unhealthily rewatch all of the, oh God, I have to take a breather because it hurts me admitting this to the world. I unhealthily over and over again watch the Planet of the Apes movies.
I'm leaving.
And not the originals, baby. Not the originals. I'm talking about the newer ones that are they're so dumb, and I watch them over and over again. And I'm
leaving.
Sorry.
We're going to commercial.
I'm so sorry. I can't. I have to admit it. I have a problem, and I need help.
I can't.
They're so horrible. They're so horrible that I enjoy them, and I just like I can't. I have to finally admit it. Oh God, the weight that has lifted off of my shoulder right now.
Do you feel better?
I feel better. This feels like therapy, and I feel better now.
I'm so happy for you. I want you to know that I support you in all that you do.
And here's the thing.
You are still loved.
They keep making them, and they're making a new one, which is even better. And I saw the trailer for it. And I was like, oh yes, another one to put in the rotation.
You are absolutely hilarious. You're
like,
absolutely hilarious.
I'm gonna be one of like 30 people who go to the movie theater to watch this.
Right?
And I'm going to not feel bad about spending $45 to go to the movies to watch a Planet of the Apes movie. I'm not going to feel bad. I refuse. I refuse to feel bad. There.
You know what? This is a space.
This is what happens when you don't do drugs. I don't drink. I barely drink alcohol. I drink.
After you telling me that, you probably should. So let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break.
That part.
We'll be right back after this, you guys.
In a world filled with diversity, where radical faith and progressive believers come together, there's a place that's breaking all boundaries and embracing believers from all walks of life. Introducing Bullet in Flight Radio, an inclusive progressive network for all believers. At Bullet in Flight Radio, we're dedicated to providing a platform for progressive believers and inclusive organizations. On our platform, get ready to hear traditional gospel, contemporary gospel, inspirational gospel house music, plus family-friendly house party, classic R&B hits, and our flagship show, Bullet in Flight Talk. Our unique community is based out of the Motor City sound to the vibrant culture of California. But it doesn't end there. We are proud to be an ally and a safe haven for those with no labels and those who proudly identify as LGBTIQ+. We believe in radio excellence and education, and we're here to serve a progressive audience. Here at Bullet in Flight Radio, we are more than just a radio station. We are a resource for music and inspiration that promotes positivity and fosters a sense of mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness. So whether if you're searching for uplifting music, thought-provoking conversations, or a supportive community, Bullet in Flight Radio is here for you. At Bullet in Flight Radio, everyone is welcome. We believe in divine love, acceptance, and diversity. Join us today on this extraordinary journey of faith, progressiveness, and inclusivity. Connect with us today and become a part of our inspiring community. Bullet and Flight Radio, where believers unite, boundaries break, and love triumphs.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. We are answering questions. What a great commercial that was, Kwame. I love our commercials, baby. They're so professional.
Thanks.
Sing it.
Shout out to Pyro Media Productions. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay, so I love bitch. That's what we should be playing when we come back from commercial.
Ooh, yes. Yes. Y'all hear that? Y'all, we'll make sure we put that in there. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Okay, so we're doing questions. We're gonna do just a couple more. This list is really long, and I've kind of I've just been randomly choosing. Like I have the list pulled up, and I'm like, I just kind of randomly choose it, so it's very random. But let's jump right back in. Here's an easy one. What is your favorite food of all time?
Barbecue
and
ribs.
If you want, I was just gonna say, if you want to choose like a type of food that like encompasses a lot, you're welcome to do that as well.
Nope, I think I got it. Barbecue ribs, because I have a top 3. But I think barbecue ribs. Like if I had to choose, then a good barbecue rib is like it for me.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
I want my baby back.
Chili,
baby back
with barbecue sauce. Wow, we're old. That shows how old we are. You realize we just aged ourselves really bad.
Shut up, youngins. Mind your business.
What you know about the Chili's commercials? You don't know shit.
You know nothing, Gen Z. Let me tell you.
You don't know nothing. If I had to choose one item, I would probably say hot dogs. I know that sounds basic as fuck.
It sounds basic, but I'm also not surprised.
Right. It's just like I don't think I ever have not enjoyed a hot dog. Like I could eat hot dogs all the time. Like
I love a good old sausage.
Just a good baby. And that pun intended, but pun also not intended. Yeah, no, I just like literally like I think I could have any form of hot dog, like, and not the like I mean like a good hot dog, not like a shitty like processed. I mean like a all beef Nathan's like fucking just good grilled fucking hot dog. Like
big hot dog.
Yeah, a big hot dog. If I had to choose like a type of if I had to choose like a type of food, like if we had like a sidebar and I had to like choose a type of food that like encompasses a lot, I would probably say like any kind of Asian food. I always feel like I enjoy like Chinese, Japanese food, like all that stuff. Like yum, delicious.
My God. You know what I miss from Seattle? Pho on a nice cold
that part, girl. In fact, you know what's
everything.
This is why we are emotionally and connected, because I was literally thinking before we started recording, I was like, you know what? I live on the hill now and I haven't had fun in a really long time.
Oh my
I'm gonna go get some fun, bitch.
Yes.
It's rainy and kind of cold today. I'm gonna get some
fun. And then going to it, like once you go inside and you like warm up a little bit and then they bring you the pho. It's the best.
Baby. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. All right, here we go. Ready? Here comes another one.
Okay.
Besides your job you currently have right now, what's one dream job you wish you had?
I think I would want to be a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Come on, making some change.
Yeah, I think I would want to be a lawyer or something in the legal space. Yeah.
Interesting. That's funny. You say that. I feel like you would be a really good lawyer.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I've been told that.
I can see that for you.
I've been told that.
Sure. Yeah. I also think I would pick something that nobody would really expect me to pick, and I think I honestly would be a firefighter.
Oh my God. Okay. I actually can see you doing that, believe it or not.
Or like a paramedic, or like my grandpa, may he rest in peace, he was an officer a firefighter, and he retired as an officer. He did it his whole life. And I was always so like enamored by his job and like what he did, and like even still to this day I always think like the like helping somebody in that sort of way in that dire moment in their life where like it's life or death, like it's such an amazing thing to me, and I always admire people who do that, and not just firefighters, but like paramedics, people, who all of those people that encompass that kind of job, like just always kind of amaze me. And like I always watch like 911 and 911 Lone Star, and I'm always like, this is like I would love to do this. It seems really like thrilling, but also like an amazing way to like give back to people, because like people who are in those situations are like, it's like life or death, and you're like, yeah, I don't know, it just always seems so interesting to me. So I would probably choose a firefighter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can definitely see. I can definitely see you doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to get their hands on a big giant hose?
All right.
And I ruined it.
We were having a moment, and there you go.
We were having a moment, and I ruined it. Okay.
You never take anything seriously.
Speaking of moments, if you could be a part of a family on any TV show, which family would you choose? Difficult, right?
Yeah, because I was gonna say Family Matters, but I also feel like
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say Family Matters, but I also feel like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I would love to be, because I love the Winslows. I really did. I like the Family Matters, but there was something about Will Smith's like just living in that mansion, and like them being like just super comfortable, and like I would love to have done that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say Family Matters too, because I felt like they had like a really good family dynamic, and it was like I was like, dang, yo, I want to live in this house.
Yeah, even though Steve was annoying as hell, but like he was still family.
Come on, Urkel. And why? Okay, so since you chose the one I was gonna choose, my second choice would be oh my god, why can I? Because I almost said Family Matters, but that's not it. It's fuck. Oh my god. And then I almost said The Family Stone, because I just keep thinking family. It's in the title. Fuck. Why? Sofia Vergara's in it.
Modern Family.
Modern Family. Thank you. That would be my choice. I would choose Modern Family. I think
which family would you be? Which family would you be a part of?
Well, they're all family. It's like the whole family, right?
Would you be in a particular subset, or?
I think I would want to be Cam and what's his name's in that part of the family. Like, but granted, it's all the family. But like, yeah, I would choose that for sure. Yeah. Okay. Since I can't choose, since you chose mine, I would choose that one. Yeah.
Oh, I chose yours. Okay, got it.
Modern Family. It's fine. I'll let you can let you. It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you so much.
Both are acceptable answers.
You're so gracious. I thank you so much for it. You're hilarious.
I got two more. I got one really fun one, and then a slightly serious one. So we're gonna do the fun one first. Okay.
Okay.
Who is your favorite character from literature? I know, right? Easy, but also a little heavy, right?
Yes, because
that's hard.
That's hard. Really hard. I'm gonna say Harry Potter.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. I was gonna also. That's where my brain went, but then I tried to I was like, okay, well that okay, yeah, that would be a good one. But like, can I go back and think of one of my first books that I ever remember actually reading alone, by myself, because obviously we learned how to read, but if I had to choose a favorite character from literature, I think I would choose Matilda.
Oh, okay.
I read that book well into my 20s, all the time. like over and over and over and over again. And like, yeah, I would choose Matilda.
A lot of my first books that I read was like Raisin in the Sun and Sounder, and
Yeah.
like those are really like, not good
Yep.
times for my people. So I just rather not.
Right.
rather
Right. I
not.
also remember like reading like Bridge to Terabithia, like those kind
Oh,
of
okay.
books. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like, but I would choose Matilda also because Roald Dahl was just an amazing author, and like,
Yes.
yeah, I would
Yeah.
choose
I
Matilda.
definitely liked Matilda. Matilda was a good book. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with
Yeah,
Harry.
I love that. I
Mhm.
was gonna say that would be my one of my choices as well too, because I do read those books and watch those movies all the time. Like, and it's
Mhm.
such a like that was like, again, not to age us, but it's like that was like our childhood
That
basically.
was a really,
Like
really
our
interesting time.
teens, basically. I shouldn't say childhood. That was like our teens. Like,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah, because I remember when Harry Potter came out, like it was it was making a wave because of the way it was written.
right.
And like it was just different, so
Yeah.
it was yeah, definitely would choose Harry Potter.
Okay. I love that.
I would also well
Go for it. I want to hear
no, I'm gonna stick with Harry Potter. I'm gonna be quiet. It's gonna be too
it.
much.
No, tell me. I want to know now. You have to
I'll
tell
tell
us
you
now.
offline. I'll tell you offline.
Oh,
I'll tell you
okay.
offline.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's too
All
much.
right. Well, and we're gonna end with our a view moment, if you will. We love the view.
Yes,
Here
we
we go.
do.
Are you ready? You're gonna need a
Shout out
deep
to
breath.
Sunny Hostin and Whoopi.
Yes, Whoopi. Here we go. It's deep. You ready?
Okay.
Of all the personal questions I could ask you, what's one you wouldn't want to answer?
What kind of bullshit ass question is that? That defeats the whole purpose. That's such a sneaky question, but it's so good. Um, of all the questions that you would ask me, which one is one that I wouldn't want to answer?
Yeah.
Huh. Um, there's not much that I wouldn't want to answer. Oh, um, oh my God. Uh, I don't. This one kind of stumped me. This I don't know. I don't know.
The reason why I chose this one is because I also don't know if I have an answer for this.
Because I'm pretty open. Like if somebody asks me
Yeah.
asks me a question, I'm pretty open about
Yeah.
answering. And if I don't feel if I it's
Do you know what it made
not
me? It made me think of that. The reason why I said The View is it made me think of that viral moment. It's either Tia or Tamara. I can't remember which one it is because they're twins, and I don't know which one's on The View. But that moment where they're like asking her like
wait, the twins are I think you're talking about the real.
the real. That's it.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Sorry,
Mhm.
not The View. My bad. The
That's good.
real. And the other one of the other hosts asks her, "How are you?" And the camera like pans over to her, and she's like, "I'm okay." And then she like she takes a
Yeah,
deep breath and she like just immediately has this guttural like breakdown
moment.
reaction
Yeah.
moment. And it's like that's what when I read this question before when I was looking up the list, that's what I thought of. And I thought, you know what? I don't know how I would answer that currently right now.
Yeah.
One because I'm the same way as you are. I'm like I try to talk about my shit, like I try not to keep shit bottled in, and I'm a pretty open book, but also like okay. Like,
Yeah.
like I think about it, like it's not like that specific question that they asked her, indeed, like, are you okay? It like encompasses so much that I could see why she would have that sort of reaction. Now, granted, I still to this day don't know exactly what triggered that moment because I've never actually looked up the rest of that conversation. I've only ever seen the meme of it or the little clip of it. So I would be curious to know what that actually entailed.
Mhm.
Um, but it was like, yeah, it made me think like I don't like when was the last time somebody asked me like legitimately asked me that question, because I feel like people always say like, oh, how are you, how are you doing, blah blah blah, but like if you want to really break it down, like when was the last time somebody like legitimately realized that you were having a problem and asked you if you were okay?
Yeah. I think That's really interesting. You said I
And
think
would
that
you
our
want to
go
answer it? You know, like,
right
would you
because
want to answer it? Like,
well, I think I would want to answer, but I don't know. We have such a natural reaction to be like, how are you? And like, oh, I'm okay. Like, and that's just a
yeah,
natural reaction because that's just something that we do. But
yeah,
because on one hand, it's like you want to be okay because
yeah,
sometimes some days you're not okay, right? And number
yeah,
one, for those who are listening, it's okay to not be okay sometimes, right?
absolutely,
So just so you
absolutely.
guys know, but
Yeah,
also like what happens if somebody said like if you and I were just sitting down, you're having a busy day, Kristie, you're in between getting your dresses for a show and you're like sewing and you're on deadlines, and then I call you, I'm like, hey, Kristie, how you doing? It's like, oh, I'm good. How are you? I was like, I'm not okay. Do
I'm
you
not
have
okay.
time to talk to me at that moment? Like some people like, oh
You're right.
shit.
Like,
Like
do you
he's
not
not okay. What do I
realize that?
do?
Do you not realize the heaviness of the question you're just asking me? Like, and
Right.
are you truly do you truly want to know how I'm
Right.
doing? Like,
Right, because I don't think people truly want to know. They say
yeah,
that they do. But
yeah,
what happens if somebody says, "I'm not okay"? What
yeah.
would you
What do you
do
do?
then?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I guess for me, I don't know. That's a really damn good question, Kristie. But to harken back to what you said regarding, I think it was Tia, um, that Tia Mori, that
Mhm.
did that video. I see that all the time on TikTok.
Yeah.
Um, I don't
And
know.
it's always like prefaced with some sort of like very inspirational kind of thing that follows it. That's why I'm like I always see it like, and so it's like I just don't know. Like I almost kind of don't want to know
Yeah.
like what would have triggered that or how the rest of that conversation went. But it's just like
But what does that say about our society and mental health and the importance of mental health, right? Like,
right.
do we really value mental health, or are we just
Yes.
saying that because, it's just something good to say? Are we saying
Right.
okay that we're okay because it's just something that sounds
Yeah.
good, or are we actually okay? And if we're not okay, um what are we doing about it, right? We can't just say, "Oh, we're okay, we're not okay," and then we don't do anything about it. Like you have to, the first step, okay, we acknowledge that we're not okay. Now we have some action steps that we have to take to make sure that to get into a space of okay or good. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think sometimes, and even in that, sometimes I feel like people don't want to talk about if they're okay or not, because then that means they have to deal with it, right? It means that they have acknowledged that, oh, well, there is a problem, so we now have to deal with said problem. Most people don't want to deal with it. Most people want to be comfortable in their trauma,
Uh-huh.
you
And
know?
that's really, and I think that's the thing, like, so like I was like really trying to think about what would be a question right now that I wouldn't want to be asked.
Yeah.
And not because I don't want to answer it. So my response is not because I don't want to answer this question, but just because it's like I don't know the answer to this question.
Mhm.
And I think I wouldn't want to be asked currently right now if I'm truly satisfied.
Mm.
And I say that because one of two things. One, because I feel like I'm in such a state of change and evolve right now, and I'm in a new
Yeah.
place in my life that like I don't I feel a little selfish because I'm like I am satisfied. But on the
Mhm.
other end, there's also the opposite spectrum of that is that I also have recently, because of all of this change and because I'm in a new situation and I'm living alone and it's the focus is on me, I'm also not feeling satisfied. I still
Yeah.
have those feelings of like, did I do something wrong? What, like, all of those things, like that encompasses that without dwelling too much into that. Like, so that's where my brain went, like, I don't know if I would want to be asked if I'm satisfied with my life right now. Mostly because I am satisfied with my life right now, but also because I don't want to negate all of that goodness by thinking about the bad. But
Yeah.
I also want to think about the bad because you can't have the good without the bad. So it's like
Yeah.
weird, like that weird state of like being like, I don't want to say stuck in the middle, but that's where my brain went. Like it's just that weird space of like when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and you're focusing on yourself and you're really pushing your boundaries and like change and like whatever that encompasses for you, like being in that weird like middle moment of it all, like yeah, yeah, deep.
That's really deep. That's that's a lot to think about.
Yeah,
What a way
but
to end the show, Kristie.
I know, I know, but I think about that. That's why that's why that viral moment from the reel came to my mind, because it's like
Yeah.
if a certain person, like, and it would really need to be somebody that's like that I'm not super close to, I think. But
Mhm.
if just the right person asked me that question right now, I might actually have that same kind of reaction. That
Yeah.
guttural emotional breakdown. If a
Mhm.
I don't know who that person would be, but like I feel like if I would have that moment, I would have that moment that she had, that same kind of moment. Like if a certain right person or a certain somebody literally asked me that question, I would have that same reaction.
Yeah. My God.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope you
It
guys know
is.
that you guys, if you're not okay, it's okay to go and reach out to someone that can help.
Yes. Yes.
Therapy is super, super huge and
Yes.
important, and it's vital to, in my personal opinion, to your overall um holistic health. So
Yes.
I definitely think that making sure that you find therapy in some way, shape, or form, some type of counseling. There
Yes.
are free services everywhere.
I
There are
was I
phone
was
numbers
just
you can call. Yeah,
Literally, I was just gonna say that same thing. I was gonna say, if you are listening to this and you don't know what to do and you don't know who to reach out to, who you reach out to is me or Kwame. Find us on social
yeah,
medias, get us. We will point you in the right direction
yeah,
as members of your community and our community. If you are listening and having a hard time and don't know who to reach out to us, and
yeah.
we will get you what you need and point you in the right direction.
Absolutely. I just had someone the other day, her her son had just came out to her, and he had been kind of like, and she saw me on TikTok, and like, the son apparently follows me, and she saw
Yeah.
one of my, I was talking about, I don't know what I was talking about, but I was, being my flamboyant self. And so and she reached out to me and she asked me, she was like, hey, I want my son just came out to me and thought that I was gonna, ostracize him because I'm so involved in my church, but that has nothing to do with my son. And I was just so proud of her. I said, all you have to do, number one, first of all, this is, um, not uncommon. We have a lot of parents,
Yeah.
because a lot of people talk about the horror stories, but there are a lot of parents out there that really love their children and really want
Yep.
their children to be, great and good and safe and love them. And so, shout out to all of those parents that, that have allowed their children to come out to them, and really given them the space to be who they are authentically and truthfully, because it's not easy living your most authentic, being your most authentic self. A lot
Yeah.
of people, it's just if you can come out and say, I am a gay man or gay woman or lesbian or whatever, or trans woman or trans man, whatever the situation is, whatever part of the 4,000 letters we have in our community, it if you can authentically say that, it's not easy. There's people that are still out there that are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that are trying to harm us, and that don't think that we have the right to live a free and open life like they do.
Yeah.
And so, it's scary. Parents are scared for their children, just
Yeah.
everyday fear of just them walking out the house and them never seeing them again. And then to add insult into injury, it's like, oh, now you're gay, or now you're going through this. That's extra stuff that I have to worry about. But it's their
Yeah.
journey, it's their life. And if they can, holistically live a healthy life, then I definitely recommend that you make sure that they get therapy, that there's all types of projects. The Trevor project is out there that you can
Yeah.
call if you're feeling like, immediate crises, or if you need to call them just to get some type of services or find out or extra resources. You can always check out the Trevor Project. We're not sponsored by the Trevor Project, but if you do want to sponsor us, hit us up. But definitely, I know the Trevor Project has helped me multiple times
Yeah.
in my life.
Same here.
So it has definitely been um, a lifesaver. So definitely check it out. Check out the Trevor Project. You can just, if you have a smartphone, just type in therapy in your local area, and there's so many ways to be able to receive help. You don't always have to have billions and billions of dollars just to
Yeah.
get help. There's services out there. So
Yep.
yeah, that's all I got.
Amen to that.
Well, Kristie, it's been fun. I like your takeover. I wasn't so scared now. Now we got
I told you. It's gonna be easy, I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yes, she promised,
If
y'all.
teen girls reading Teen Vogue can answer these questions, so can we.
That's true. Amen to that. And I'll probably do a takeover on the next show. We'll see what goes on. We never know because pop culture be popping all the time. So
you never know what's gonna happen.
you never
Ever.
know what's gonna happen on another episode of I'd Rather Not podcast.
Yeah.
But until then, what do we tell those girls that be hating on us?
Girl, I'd rather not.
Girl. All right, we'll see you on the next one, y'all. Bye.
Woo-woo.
Oh, what a wonderful Kiki.
This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network, produced by Pyro Media Productions, setting brands ablaze since 2017. Thank you for listening.